I fell in love with the idea of going and immersing myself in a culture that's very similar to Fresno in some ways. Allison Bacani, I'm a neuroscience major. I traveled to Seville, Spain in the summer of 2019. So one of the cool things about the 3-week program in Seville, Spain is just how much content that we were able to experience while in Seville. The reason why I personally also chose Seville, Spain is that I'm actually Filipino, and a big part of Filipino culture is actually Spanish culture. And that's kind of a calling that I wanted to choose, specifically a place in Spain to learn a little bit more of my background as well. So thankfully I was able to receive a $1,000 grant that many study abroad students are able to receive, but besides the $1,000 grant, which was a huge factor in motivating me to actually go ahead and study abroad, I was also able to be financed by not only my own savings, but also help from my family. So if you're ever discouraged in, where to find those finances, I'd really encourage you to go out and find options besides the grant, but also to start saving. So the great opportunity that I had through the faculty-led program was actually that Dr. Sands was able to introduce all the students in the opportunities themselves and what Seville had to offer. And so whether that be a tourist destination that we weren't really familiar with, Dr. Sands was there along the way to help us understand not only the cultural significance, but also just, the individuals who are there to help us along. Another big factor was I lived with the host family along with other students, and they were a huge help in terms of helping us communicate our understanding of what Spanish culture really meant to them. Although it was a classroom-based learning style, we were able to tie things of cultural significance in Seville to actual locations in the city center. And so, for example, we'd go and travel to a site that we'd learn about in the classroom and be able to connect with individuals who maybe work there or could tell us a little bit more about the site. My favorite part about studying abroad was just being able to experience a culture different than what we see here in Fresno. One of the favorite parts that I had was finding out that I could take a siesta at 1 p.m. in the afternoon and be able to stay up a bit later for dinner, and so that was just an amazing experience for me. The biggest challenge I had while studying abroad was being able to fit everything in such a short period of time. And although it did seem like a long time away from family and friends here in Fresno, I still really wanted to immerse myself in Spanish culture even beyond the 3 weeks that we were given. One thing I wish I knew was just to be able to accept and be flexible with any changes that might happen with the program. For example, I chose to have an elective where we studied in Barcelona, and during a sunny day it just started to downpour and I didn't have a jacket. So just be open to unexpected things that may happen and that may even make your experience worthwhile.